Our understanding of time. Our existence consists of moments which are separated by time. Therefore, how we perceive time is essential to how we live our lives. We can look forward to the future and have a positive attitude, or as in many cases, we can fear the next moments of our lives. We are often too busy to organize ourselves to think properly about the subject of our existence. This work is an attempt to simplify my views on time and thus provide a simple reference to the reader. What perceives time is our thoughts. Our thoughts usually pattern themselves after action, in other words, causality. There is another way, however, which provides a kind of wholeness or inner peace, a sort of observational pattern that seeks to explore the relationship between our thoughts and our environment. This tends to portray the self as a conduit of action versus an originator of action. Action then takes the place of thoughts, and existence and thought become contrary in nature, as opposed to being complementary. Hence the phrase, "I think therefore I am." One cannot think and be at the same time. That is, one cannot think about being, one must think or be. So, time is, in essence, the passage of our thoughts. If one can observe thought, one can essentially observe time. Time will reveal itself to be relative and not abstract. It will be shown to be connected to us, not separate. We play a greater role than we think. Our observations dictate our views, actions, and our perceptions of the passage of time. Therefore, I propose that time reflects our reality. It is up to us, through discipline, patience, and attitude, to frame, shape, and present our reality. Hence the dilemma that time presents. Should we be slaves to time? That is, should we perceive time as being completely and utterly divorced from us as individuals? Or should we participate in it by shaping it, never controlling it, but attaching itself to it? The observation of self is essential to understanding time. How do we observe ourselves? One way, a detrimental way, is to feel every setback, every trial and error, and internalize them. This, in effect, negatively changes our self-worth and the perception of our future. We put ourselves in the center of the environment and thus believe that every action, negative or positive, emanates from it. When our self-worth is shattered, so is our future. Our future, that is, our internalization of desired versus feared outcomes to our center self. Another way, the one proposed in this work, is to see ourselves as part of time, part of a flow of consciousness, not its center and emanator. So, we have to separate ourselves from the understanding of ourselves. This goes back to being while thinking about being, or just being. By observing the flow of time versus observing our flow in time, we become time's observers. Time thus becomes separate from us, and yet allows us the option of influencing it through observation. The separation of self from our observing selves essentially lets us participate in time in a relative sense, as opposed to an abstract sense. How do we separate ourselves from the observation of ourselves? Here are a few steps. The goal is to become an observer of ourselves and thus become an observer of time. By observing time, we will be in essence influencing time, thus influencing reality, without effort and without fear. Step 1. Identify your ego. Step 2. Neutralize your ego. One cannot destroy it or abolish it altogether, but one can minimize it. Step 3. Understand your role within the whole, that is, within your circle of the environment, your social, material, and spiritual environment. Step 4. Become at worst a neutral influence on your environment, at best a positive one. Finally, Step 5. See yourself as part of the flow of time and start understanding your evolution within it. The whole, through time, is our reality. It is a journey. What is the whole? That is, what is everything? Is it just our view of the environment? Is it just our perceptions? What are our perceptions? After they are just ours. Is our world just us? Our perceptions are simple. They are just our ego. It is false. It does not exist. We really do not exist as individuals. Our individuality is a myth. Our individuality is our ego. I am often struck by the realization that our culture, for lack of a better word, our American culture, is the worship of our individuality. We are conditioned to succeed, to achieve, to separate our achievements from everyone else's, to accumulate riches, to be first, to compete, and then be admired by everyone, and bask in the glow of who we are, what we have achieved at the end of our lives. I think that encapsulates the American dream. We pay a price for these goals: loneliness, asocial behavior, depression, exhaustion, confusion, frustration, and altogether feelings of ultimate failure, where too much is never enough. This all stems from the ego, the false portrayal of our being to manipulate desired behaviors of competition, ruthlessness, and material achievements. We are daily bombarded to be better, to reach for a feeling happiness which will never be attained. The ego is currently at the center of our beings. It is my goal in this work to provide a means, through the understanding of the observation of time and its relationship with the active observation of self, to minimize the effects of the ego and provide for a mechanism for the self to attain contentment with the help of the perceived passage of time. Our inner thoughts are wild and undisciplined. They are separate from our ego, and yet we seek to connect them because we identify our ego as ourselves. Our inner thoughts are our true selves, the ones we want to hide from everyone else. Change your inner thoughts. They are the key to a new and beautiful means of perception. The only way to achieve this is through the observation of time. Time is not separate from us. We have separated ourselves from it through the elevation of our ego. We need to explore the meaning of time. Our perception of the passage of time is time. How do we examine time, observe it, and essentially make it part of our real selves? How do we become part of it without making it our own? By observing it. The observation of time is the art of self-observation. We are time. I often have related to my friends and family that time does not exist. That basically, the passage of time is just a collection of individual actions by a myriad number of people who have lived before and who will live after us. So time does not exist, but we exist. The collective we. Since we exist, time exists. Remember the saying, if a tree falls unobserved in the forest, did it really fall? It did not. The act of observation is what brings something into existence. The only thing left to observe is us, since we are the agents of time. By us, I do not mean the ego, I mean the unseen us, the one we do not yet know. Very few of us have met our real selves. My contention is that our real selves can finally be revealed to us through a kind of neutral existence, one which allows our true inner thoughts to be revealed without the pollution of the ego. This neutral existence is present in our perception of the passage of time. To do this, we must abhor the fake goals presented to us through the collective media and our government. We must change our collective dream and then try to live the dream. We start this by examining our inner thoughts, separate from the ego. What do we want? Not what our ego wants. Not what has been planted by the ego's need for attention, praise, and admiration. Let me suggest that we want meaning. We find meaning in our relationship with the whole. We need to find our place within it. We cannot be separate because we are not separate. Our dream, for lack of a better word, our American dream, must be a collective dream. Not one reached by the praise of our individual achievements, but one reached by our collective achievements for good. To do this, we must eliminate the petty goals presented to us before and make ones for ourselves, our true selves. And how do we find our true selves? Through the examination, our perception of the passage of time.